Alrighty, and hey everybody, welcome back again. So this week we have another speed draw. I'm very excited to show you guys the process and then the end result for this one. This was actually a commission by one of my best friends, so I really appreciate them supporting me and encouraging me to do more art. I really truly appreciate everything that they've done for me, and shout out to them, because I probably wouldn't have started doing digital art if it wasn't for them in the first place. Seeing all their digital art recently is what really got me into wanting to do this, so I'm glad that they reached out to me for this. But anyways, it is going to be, if you've been keeping up with my speed draws, this is going to be our OCs again, but this time it wasn't by, I didn't choose to do it. My friend did, so you can blame them. But I really am happy with how it came out. There's a lot of work that I put into this. This is going to be, you can see this is a longer video, and I put a lot of time into this. This I think ended up being like 20 plus hours of work if I did the math right, when I counted it up, but it was a lot, but I'm really happy with how it came out. Maybe there's one or two small things that I can nitpick, but overall, I think it comes out really interesting. I got to have a lot of fun with the outfits that I did for my character Gucci. I'm working on her really cool hair right now. I really love doing crazy braids and hairs. I always loved making hairstyles like this, so that was really fun. And there's some parts of the outfit later that I really like. The shoes, I ended up doing a design on the shoes that I think comes out really cool, so look forward to that. It comes in once I start working on the colors, but yeah, there's a lot of things in this I'm really happy about that came out, so I hope you enjoyed as well. But yeah, this is our OCs from one of our game nights. This is Gucci. I don't even remember her whole name anymore, but this is Gucci, and then Amaranth Hammer is who she is sitting on top of. They're friends, but not really, I think, is kind of the goal or the vibe that we're going for. I think they're more like work acquaintance / being forced into situations they don't want situations. Obviously Amaranth is the one that maybe doesn't want to be there, but I really like their dynamic. My currently tiny my little imp, and then this giant hulking piece of armor. So I think they get along well. I won't lie, Amaranth, he is definitely harder for me to draw, I think, because he is so big and pointy, and then he's a lot darker. Later on I try to draw the legs all the way out, and then I realized I can't, because he's got like horse, or I guess ox legs, or it didn't work, so I just cut it off, because it looked really funny, and maybe that's actually how he walks, because he does have like horse legs, but it just looked really weird, probably because I didn't really plan for that. But anyways, I really appreciate everybody that tunes into these again. I know a lot of it is friends and family, but I know there's been a couple people that have been checking it out, that have just found my stuff, whether it be from figures or maybe one of my other videos. So if you're watching this as well, I appreciate you guys too. I like to kind of just do mainly my figures on my channel, but it has been nice to kind of fill that space with the art that I've been doing every now and then, especially now that I am trying to do a little bit more digital. It just, digital art, it just takes a long time when I start working on it, which I think is why I eventually phased out of it, because it just takes so much time, because I get so hyper focused on all the little details. Again, with this piece, especially because it was for a friend, you'll see me get really focused on some of these really tiny little details, but it came out good, so I'm not mad about it, but it definitely was a lot of work. But Anyways, without just repeating over the same stuff over and over again, because that's kind of what I do. I hope everyone had a happy new year. We can stay focused, stay positive, where we can do what we can, just to make this year be a better year. I know it's already been a weird start to the year. We've only gotten 8-9 days in, but I think we can still find a way to turn this year around. I believe in us. I really do. Other than that, hopefully everyone got to spend time at least with their close family, or at least was able to talk and reach out to their families, do all that good stuff. So just trying to keep positive vibes going. Anyways, there's a lot of this video, and I like to try and talk while these are going, because I think it does make it interesting. No one ever just wants to watch music and art. Maybe that's not true. Some people do, but not 20 minutes of it. Maybe 5 minutes. Usually again I talk about shows. Really, truly, I haven't been watching anything new. I won't lie. I've been rewatching Community because it was on Netflix and Netflix suggested it, and I do really like Community. I kind of went out of order, but that doesn't matter because I've already seen it. So, rewatching Community, I think that's it. I haven't been watching anything really that's been new, so sorry about that, you guys. I was trying to think if I did. I don't think there's anything. I've been literally just watching Community in YouTube. That's the life that I live, though. Well, you know what? We'll talk about something I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about for this video. I was thinking about maybe saving it for maybe a different speed draw, if I did it themed, but maybe I'll come back around to it. But something that is on my mind more often than it should be, and this is, I think I need to just get it out to lay it to rest. So anyone who knows me well, they know that there is a comic series that I really like called Locke and Key, and you may have also heard of it because there was a Netflix series, a Netflix show about it. Now I was really excited about this before it came out, and I was so hyped because Netflix has a lot of really good series that I think kind of fit that tone and that vibe that these comics give. These comics, they're kind of I wouldn't say hard mystery, but there's magic, there's horror, there's there's probably again more descriptive things for this, but I really enjoy just how thought out and how involved these comics are. Not to mention the art is beautiful. I highly recommend anyone reading them. One, it doesn't take long, and then two, it's like I said, it's just absolutely beautiful, the way these comics are illustrated, and it's just a really good story. But anyways, I was excited about Netflix releasing them because they have Black Mirror, they have Umbrella Academy, they have even Stranger Things, and then series of unfortunate events. When I thought of this show or these comics being adapted in a show, I was like, oh, they have all these really good examples and these similar vibes to those shows. And then the show came out, and at first I was kind of worried, but I was giving it the benefit of the doubt, and then I watched it, and it's just, man, to have a mature comic that has kind of dark tones and really dark visuals and violence and stuff, to go to being a family friendly teen show, I guess. It felt I don't know what it felt like. It was a little bit too family friendly, and it was weird, and they changed a lot to the story in ways that didn't make sense. Now, there's other videos that talk about this and whatnot, blah blah blah, so I don't think my critique of the show is probably the best example. I'm sure there are other people that put it a lot more eloquently than I do. But they put plot holes into the show, and it just didn't make sense when they would do some of these things. The biggest example being like in the series there is a bunch of keys, magic keys, woo, and one of the keys you can control like a music box, and this music box is supposed to be like basically like a mind control thing. You tell the music box to play a song, and people that hear the song have to listen to the music box. They kind of change it in the show, I think, the way it works, because like you can target people, I guess was kind of how they used it. Whatever, you're gonna change like little things like that, that's not a big deal. But in the comics, they waited to bring this key out till later, and they gave it to the villain because the antagonist should have like, you know, a powerful key like that. And they try not to focus on it too much because it's kind of OP on some things. But in the show, they gave it to the main group of kids. Specifically, the main girl, Kinsey, is using it. And there's a scene where she uses it to kind of like pick on a girl at school. Like, I mean, she was kind of like, you know, she's an asshole. So like, you know, they play it up where it's like, oh, you know, she was a jerk girl anyway, so who cares? And then Kinsey, they're like, but look, Kinsey's using it, so now she's being the mean girl. You know, they've kind of done that trope before. But then later on in the show, someone comes in and breaks into their home, like her family's home. And they have these magic keys. And for some earthly reason, she didn't go and grab her key with the music box to mind control this man in their house who's trying to kill her family. But she'll use it to bully someone at school. And they didn't really, I don't know, maybe I'm forgetting something. They didn't really go into her being like, oh, I regretted using this or something. But like at the same time, like if you have a key like that, you're going to use it. There's some other stuff too. Like, I mean, they made the kids a lot dumber for like really silly things. And they changed like some of the characters. Like they actually got rid of characters and then combined other characters. Her best friend becomes the brother's love interest instead. The brother's not a jock anymore. He's kind of more like he's like he maybe kind of wants to be a jock, but like he also doesn't want to be. In the books, he's very much like he wants to be the cool kid at school, get the hot chick. He doesn't care, but he is smart. And so like by like the last couple books, you start to actually see him like click those gears into place where he is a smart kid, and he's, you know, he's trying to just protect his family. He cares a lot about protecting his family. I don't know. It sounds like I'm probably nitpicking, but it's small things where you have the biggest thing to me was that she had something that could literally have saved her family in 2 seconds if she just pulled out that box and had it affect this dude. And you know, it's just weird. There's a lot of small things. I mean, I'll give them credit, whereas there's certain other stuff like there's things that maybe other people wouldn't have liked, but I thought was no problem. Like in the books, there's keys that could definitely be combined. So they did that for the show. Like there's like a key that can change your gender, and there was like a key that could change your race. In the show, they just put them together and made it basically like you could use the key to change however you looked. It didn't matter. Like you could just change to look like an entirely different person, be male, female, whatever. So that made sense. And also in the books, there's a key for you can put into your head and you can pull out memories. In the books, you literally just, your head got cut in half. You could look inside and there's little people and stuff, and you can just pull stuff out with your hands. In the show, they did change that too, but I think the way that they changed it made sense, especially for like budget, not having to worry about CGI, anything. They had it where like a door would pop up in the room and you would walk in and you would basically be walking through your mind, so you could look at memories and stuff. And like someone had a mall. I think the younger brother, he had an arcade. Somebody else had like some old archive. I don't really remember. I think it was like a library. But you know, it's a cool idea, you know, and you don't have to worry about like having CGI or green screen or something, because if you did it with the way that it was in the books, it was not, it's a lot more work. So I think it was a good way of interpreting it and not changing the source too much, at least. But there was a lot of other stuff. There was literally some character. There was a lot of stuff that was, I guess, just introduced to use once. Like there was an old ghost of their great-great-grandfather who just told somebody something, and he didn't show up for another episode, and there was no reason for him to be there to have that one thing happen, because again, what the grandpa explained in the original books, the kids just found out a different way. There was keys that were literally introduced again just for one thing, like they were just used as like a way to fill in other plot devices that they took out. But again, you didn't really need to do that. It was just strange. I don't know. It's easy for me to complain about it, but they made, again, this was a mature comic. There was like people getting cut in half, or their arms getting, lips getting torn out, like blood and crap. And then you go to the show and it's just kind of angsty teens, just being more angsty than they were in the books. And they were pretty angsty before, but and before, because we're getting to the end, we're getting close at least, before I go finish, one of the biggest thing in the books, Kinsey she's really cool. She's just like this kind of, I guess I wouldn't say hippie, but she's just a really relaxed girl. She kind of like does what she wants. She hangs out with like, just alternative kind of people. And I think that was really cool. She's like a different girl. And she's comfortable for the most part with who she is, for other reasons, but whatever. And she has this really cool hairstyle. It's really, really cool. Like, and it symbolized like, like at one point when she changed and she was kind of just being comfortable with herself again by being weird. And in the show, they did a similar transition. But instead of like having the cool haircut where like Kinsey had like almost like a mullet, but like with a braid, and her hair dyed on just one side, and like it cut all crazy. In the show, the girl literally puts a pink streak in her hair and puts it into a ponytail. And I was like, this is not the same effect as like actually cutting your hair and dyeing it in like in this really crazy way. Like I said, a mullet basically. Like what? Come on. I don't know. It felt very clean after they released it on Netflix, which can happen. But anyways, I definitely recommend anybody to read the comics. If you know me personally in like real life, come and ask me to borrow them. I would be more than happy to let you read them. I think they're so good. I enjoy them. I just reread them recently because that's how much I like them. Anyways, I think now that I've officially gotten that off my chest, I can hopefully stop talking about it again unless somebody asks me to. But we're getting towards the end. I hope you guys enjoyed the art and enjoyed listening to me complain. I really, really enjoyed how this came out with all the different details. If you like my art, you can check that out at SNOT. I post my other digital art as well as cosplay on there, so I'd definitely be happy to take a look. And as well, if you're interested in commissions too, those are open. There is details on my Instagram. You can see those at the top. I do traditional, digital, any kind of stuff, and I can work on pricing and everything as well if there is any questions. And two, if you're here from what you maybe have seen previous on my channel, if you are interested in figures, it's at Desunasis. I have pictures of my anime figures in my collection all on there. That's usually the main focus of my channel, but I think I've been going kind of 50-50 now with how things have been. We'll see. I don't stress this out too much. I try to keep it relaxed. Keep it chill vibes only, yada yada. It's nice though. Hopefully you guys again enjoyed these. I know I enjoy doing the speed draws because I kind of just get to talk. Who doesn't like talking? I get to talk to you guys. You guys get to listen to things that you probably don't give a crap about. but hey, I got to tell it to you. Well, I guess that's it. I was trying to think if there's something else I needed to say, but I guess there's not. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Look forward to my video next week. I'm trying to keep consistent since I haven't had any issues with it yet. So, weekly is the goal. But in any case, I hope you guys all have a great rest of the year. And just, again, stay positive and do what's right, etc., etc. But I'll see y'all next time, and bye.